What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Luciferian Prince, coming at y'all once again. I hope everybody's in good health, good wealth, good standing. Everybody, don't panic. It's all organic. Okay? I hope y'all checked out Squid Game. I know I said it per my last video. Unfortunately, it was so good I finished it in like 2 days. So I ain't got nothing else to watch until they come out with hopefully another part, because it was good. It was good. It was just real good. Made you think all the way through, you know? Fucking fantastic. I know. Ain't no motherfucking American screenwriter. No American screenwriter I know could twist your brain like that shit. It was good. It's fucking fantastic. But either way, it's either here nor there. What I want to talk about today, and in this upload particularly, is marriage law and the law of contracts, and why it's important for you to know that, unfortunately, for some people this might be a hard pill to swallow, but unfortunately this is why some people are married to the state. If you're married legally, and we're going to say legal in the strict emphasis of the word, if you're legally married, you're married to the state. Now people are like, well, what are you talking about? Well, it all comes down to an authoritative concept of needing permission to do something, such as getting a license, such as obtaining a state ID, such as obtaining a passport. All of these things are considered permission, which is basically contracts that are given by the occupying governing authority that gives you permission to do something that is otherwise natural, such as traveling. You think them colonizing motherfuckers came over here with passports and they had a port authority? No, they didn't. That was a construct that came after the fundamental colonialism of it all. Did they have driver's licenses back then when they was riding horses? No, they didn't. When they came down to getting married, did they have to actually go into courthouses, get married? No. All of this came in through something called the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. And what this did was it put all counties, towns, states, and municipalities, parishes, and so forth under a corporate structure. Now, mind you, even though this is a legal structure, it is still considered a for-profit entity. Your license is for you to use, for you to make profit, and in misuse of it, you will pay them. See what I'm saying? Your passport, for profit for airlines and other travel third parties. Your marriage contract is divisive in regards to your property if you or that significant party to the contract, who is considered in a legal sense party to a contract, what you would call your wife or your husband, will become parties of the contract. Who officiates those contracts? Some sort of governing authority. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's go back to the strict definition of contract, unless you forgot what I said in my previous video. Contract law is the body of law that relates to making and enforcing agreements. A contract is an agreement that a party can turn to a court to enforce. Contract law is the area of the law that governs making contracts, carrying it out, and fashioning a fair remedy when there's a breach. Now, this is statutory. You get married under statutory state provisions, which is now you belong under administration. See, the sly subtle trick behind the marriage license is so that they can monitor the product of your union. They can monitor the child of your union, or the children, or the progeny, whatever you wish to call them, of your union. Or, worst comes to worst, you decide to split. We can tell you what to do with your property now. We can tell you, hey, he gets this, she gets that. You get this amount of income, she gets that amount. It's all the court telling you what to do. It's the system. It's the statutory. Because once you actually took your vows, you took your vows to the state. You didn't take them to your significant other. You took them to the state to allow the state to grant you permission to do something which is natural. See, me particularly, common law is basically the route I go. But I know that might strike a lot of people like, what do you mean common law? It's what the fuck is natural. See what I'm saying? If you want a wife, you don't need nobody's permission for you to get one. You need a husband, you don't need nobody's permission to get one. And all you gotta do is have 2 witnesses, y'all sign some paperwork, and you hang that shit up in your house, and you go put it on public record, and y'all are married. Get 2 witnesses for you and 2 witnesses for you. That's all y'all need. And most people are like, well, it doesn't work like that. I bet it don't. To you, because it defies the logic that you've been taught. You know what I'm saying? You've been indoctrinated into believing that that's the way you got to go. So you got people who got this, concept that paper officiates things. Well, yeah, because it's in an office, and now your marriage is in office, and now it's under administration. So now someone can tell you what to do with your union or the byproduct of your union, such as your kids. You have to understand that the reason why I tell you these things is that so you can be properly informed as to why these things have come into existence. These things have not come into existence to convenience you. They have come into existence to inconvenience you and to basically help another entity make profitability off of you. To get some sort of comeuppance off of your ignorance. And that goes with a variance of a lot of other things. I just use this as a primary context because I know that a lot of people falter when it comes to understanding that laws govern a lot of what you do by your permission. When you need someone else's permission, when you give someone else your permission to allow them to do something to you, you have ceded your sovereign right. You have ceded your sovereign rights. You are not sovereign. You are now a statutory 14th Amendment de facto corporate stool pigeon. Citizen. Down stool pigeon beach stitch, but that's basically what you're doing because you're informing them about your business. You're telling them about your business. You're telling them, I need your permission for me to do this with my significant other. They're going to do it because they get paid off of, fees and filing fees, and they love that. They love that. They're banking on you to fail at that. And the richer you are, the more they can't wait. They can't wait. And I tell people all the time, I said, see, when it comes down to marriage is not one of the situations that we can let the world formulate around us, especially from a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant establishment. That doesn't work for us culturally. Not all of us have the same cultural and like culturally aesthetic backgrounds. We just don't. They believed in the Protestantism and the Puritanism of the one wife and the happy home and the man in the house. All that's great. But you have to understand that the legal system was also structured upon this too. Because some of the first formal legal minds who constructed this stuff, although they were indoctrinated in the concept of canon law and enforcing the statutes on people, they still gave their political and biblical views over the institution of marriage. Notice what it's called, institution of marriage. Notice what it's called, institution. A school is an institution. This is an institution. Institution, anything that's instituted, it was man created. Religion is an institution. That's why I try to tell people, culturally, we cannot allow things, those who I'm speaking to, on the melanated side, we cannot allow that to happen in our families. We cannot allow that to happen in our homes. We have to be the ones to dictate that. Going into their system, having it done their way, we're going to get their problems. See, I watch TV all the time. I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. When it comes down to the people who actually want this happy wife, happy life, and all that stuff like this, and we already know what we're talking about. We already know what we're talking about. He ain't trying to go to court. He want to take everybody out with him. The kids, the wife, the dog, the hamster, and himself. He ain't going to court. He's like, I'm not with that. You see what I'm saying? That's the truth. And people don't want to hear that, but that's what happens when you let other people's cultural values, aesthetically get involved in your personal life. You know what I'm saying? And these things are often instituted by legal purposes. Yeah, legal institutions. To basically govern your personal life too. Because if you allow yourself to legally marry into an institution of marriage by the state, or they're in your business, literally. Because you let them into your business. Nobody can get into your business unless you allow them to. See what I'm saying? And you give them permission because you sign out you sign the paperwork and you inform them and you become this proverbial social stool pigeon against yourself. You tell yourself and you just let them do their thing. They take you on your word because if that paperwork was blank, they just told you what to put on the lines. And you put it on the lines. You gave us the information we asked you for. And you had to fill out them lines. You chose to. See what I'm saying? Sometimes we just damn ourselves as society. People will perish for lack of knowledge. It will. And that's the thing about it. And I stand by what I say because I ain't with all that. I'm not what these people say, so I don't go by it because I've done enough research to realize I don't fit in it. I don't fit in it. I won't even try to even if they gave me a crack. I'm talking about if they gave me a crack of an entrance, I still wouldn't try to pry the door. Make sense? See, people are in this quandary in this society, focusing on trying to equivocate themselves with a society that just doesn't accept you. They'll accept your greed, they'll accept your money, they'll accept your misery, they won't accept your ass. Now you have the illusion if you want to believe that because it's working for you in your life. Yeah, it's working right now. Right now. That don't mean it's going to continuously work. That's what I'm trying to prepare y'all for so you can keep yourself out of their problem. Put your marriage in a trust. And now you got them people out of your business. That's the solution. I know people's asking me, what do you do in their mind? What do you do? Put it in a trust. Put all your shit in trust. Keep them people out of your situation. Soon as you do that, soon you'll see better results. Like and subscribe. First time viewing this channel. Agents, fuck you. You know what it is. Even though I don't like really saying it because I don't know how I feel about y'all. I just got to keep saying it. So like that enemy you see, like, in the streets and you see at school, just go, well, fuck you. I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But people, understand that that's the explanation of the marriage contract. Understand that in order for you to basically preserve these people from keeping out of your business and keeping them from monetizing your personal life, stop contracting with them. Deal with your own customs. Because there was a time culturally where we didn't need nobody's permission to do nothing. We jumped the broom. And it is what it is. We had some food and things are just going as it was. There was a time culturally where especially melanated people, we didn't wear wedding rings. We didn't wear them at all. We started buying into the aesthetic of the white Anglo-Saxon Roman Protestant ideology. That wasn't for us. We bought gifts. We didn't buy rings. That stuff it's the hype. It's a hype of a culture that don't have nothing to do with us. And see, until we take ourselves out of that Babylonian mindset, that heathenistic mindset and start putting ourselves right, that's when things will start going right for us. Things ain't going right for us because majority of the people are still walking with their eyes wide shut. That's their problem. But we'll talk about that on another occasion. Y'all take care. Peace, light, love.